Hello, hello, Kelly Laverne here, that friend in your ear. Listen, do you struggle with time management? I know that sounded like a commercial. I didn't even like how it came out, but I can struggle with time management sometimes, and I get this feeling of being overwhelmed. And that's because there's so many things that I have to do, that I want to do, that I like to do. And there's only 24 hours in the day, except the days when we spring forward, fall back. I'm still trying to work out that math. It bothers me. But I don't have time to think about that because I'm trying to get other things done. One of the things that I have learned throughout the years, and I often have to remind myself, is that no is not a dirty word. No can save your life. No can help you manage your time and actually get the things done that need to be done and that you want to get done, the things you enjoy doing. So I had to learn, and I have to remind myself often, 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 just to say no. I can't take on every project. I can't be a part of every community, every group, every committee. That's what I meant to say, not community. Every committee. I can't all the thoughts that come through my head, like constantly, you should do this, you should try this. Like, I love crafting, I love teaching, and you'll be surprised the amount of things that come through my head. You should teach on this, or you should try making this, or look, they made that. I wonder how to do it. Like, my mind is constantly telling me all the stuff that I should do and overlooking what I have to do oftentimes. So, my biggest challenge is telling myself no, actually. I've learned over the years how to tell others no, and not being mean, but I just don't have the time. My schedule would not, won't allow it. And then I won't be able to give my best self or give truly what they need when they're asking, for my input, my help, whatever it is. So it's not that I'm being mean by telling people no, but I just can't do it at that time. There may be somebody else that could do it. And the last thing I want to do is say yes to something and then I don't show up, or I'm show up and I'm not there. Like my mind is somewhere else, or I come up, I have what you would think of as excuses, but the real reasons why I can't do what I said that I would do, because there's just too much on my plate. And a lot of times I want to help people so I can be that yes person that you need. But unfortunately, that period of my life is just about over. So I have learned how to say no. So don't think about, I know what you were thinking. I'm going to ask her because she's going to say yes, but I had to learn. It's not going to do you or me any good if I say yes to something that I know that I cannot fully commit to and give you the time and the energy and the effort that whatever you're asking me to do would deserve. But anyway, back to me. I had to learn how to say no to myself, because my mind is constantly running, as I was saying. And some of you may experience this, especially if you're a creator. Like, if you're a creative person, oh my goodness, sometimes it's hard to turn your mind off. You can just see something like, oh, I wonder what I could make out of that. I wonder how that would look this way. I mean, creators, like, tell me if I'm wrong. Like, your mind is constantly telling you you should try this. And don't let somebody else show you something that they created and you're thinking, oh, I could do that. I would do mine this way. I would do mine that way. Not that anything is wrong with theirs, but you want to put your own flair on it. So, what am I saying? I'm saying to help manage time, to help to avoid the feeling of being overwhelmed. Learn how to say no to others when you can, and when you truly can't commit. If it's I'm all for it. If it's something that I can do and I can help, I'm all for it. I'm all in. People that know me know that. What I find myself doing sometimes is saying yes to too many people, thinking that I can do it, and then it becomes a problem. And again, the last thing I want to do is disappoint someone. So first, learn how to say no to others politely. Set your boundaries. Don't let others cross them. And if you do commit, keep your word, or go to that person and explain what happened. I owe a couple people some explanations as to what happened. Sorry. But the hardest thing for me really is to say no to myself. I had to learn that every good idea is not a God idea. and every idea that pops into my head is not something that I have to do now. And maybe it's not something that I have to do all. But I'm telling you, it'll just come, and I find myself trying to do it, trying to get it done. And then I'm overwhelmed and I'm all scattered and all over the place. And it's not benefiting me and it's not benefiting anybody else. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you have some time management, think about things that you can perhaps go back to and say no. Think about people you may have committed to, and you can go back and say, listen, I wholeheartedly want to do this, and explain to them. And, it may be a disappointment. I pray it doesn't cause any friction, but sometimes it's better, not sometimes, all the time, it's better to be upfront when you know you've got yourself in a corner and you're not going to meet a deadline or obligation, just to communicate. That is the best policy. If you can, avoid saying yes if you know. And sometimes you may not know. Life happens. You may agree to something and life truly happens. Situations change, things come up that you hadn't even planned for or had in mind. So that's a different scenario. And even in that scenario, you have to go back to that person and just tell them, what happened. They may think it's an excuse, but you've done your part, sharing why you cannot fulfill the obligation at this time. And then if you're one of the people like me, that you see something and you want to do it, or it's just coming, ideas is popping in your head, or somebody may give you an idea and you just think, oh, I can do that. And you try to go full force into it and find yourself overwhelmed and burnt out. Learn how to say no to yourself. Learn how to say no. Pick what is important that you have to get done. Like, make that list. What do you absolutely have to get done? Like, there's no way around it. Then have a list of things that you would like to do. And if you can fit in some of the like to do's with the want to do's, that's great and wonderful. Just don't be like me and try to cram it all in. We only get that 24, 23, 25 hours in a day. We can't be a superhero to everyone, not even ourselves. So learn how to manage your time. Don't be overwhelmed, because that leads into a whole bunch of other stuff. Stress, it can cause health issues. You're irritable, you're cranky. Now it infects your family and affects your friends, your coworkers. Just learn how to say no. Kelly Laverne here, that friend in your ear. Hope this was helpful. Talk to you soon. Have a great day, everyone.